All right, y'all, in this video, we are going to put some bass into the F250. This F250 came with the 7-speaker. This F250 came with the 7-speaker sound system, non-Sony, but it does not have a subwoofer, so I'm going to add one. Super easy way, I'm going to show you guys. There's lots of different ways to connect a subwoofer. So I'm going to do it the easiest way possible with the stock stereo system. And then I'm using a powered active subwoofer. This is what we're going to be using. This is the Alpine PWE S8. It's an aluminum case, 8-inch subwoofer, 120 watt built-in amplifier, and this is, you don't need a remote wire with this either. You can, but you don't need one. It senses your high-level inputs and then turns the subwoofer on. So in a truck like this, with a stock setup, makes it super easy because you don't have to worry about a remote wire. So without further ado, let's get this in. All right, so let's check out some specs on this first. She is a 8-inch high-performance subwoofer. That's good. 120 watt amplifier, cast aluminum chassis, compact shallow mount design, RCA or speaker level inputs with remote sensing. Variable low pass crossover, phase switch, and a remote bass knob. Dimensions on this guy, right there. So plenty small enough to fit behind the back seat. And I'll show you guys what I got going on so far. So I gotta hide all these now that I got the subwoofer and I'm to this step. So I got my 12 volt power, and then I've got 2 sets of speaker wires. These are the high level inputs. I've never used high level inputs on a sub, so I figured, hey, why not try it? You know, audio people out there might be like, oh, it doesn't get the best quality. I don't know. I don't care. It's going to be fine for me. My thing is doing this the easiest, simplest way possible, and that's going to be high-level inputs with this stock system. And I'll explain why. Stock setup, stock radio is right about there behind this bezel. So you look up online your radio wiring diagram, and it'll tell you what speakers are for what. So that's what I did. I looked it up. I'll put mine right here for my 2017. So I took the right rear speaker and the left rear speaker and spliced in T-tapped the speaker wire. So what that's going to do is that's going to send a right and a left signal, plus and minus, to my subwoofer in the back. Super easy. Like I said, this comes apart really easy. You pry off the center speaker cover right there. There's 2 7mm back there, and then you can pry off the top cover. 2 7mm here, whole front unsnaps. You just gotta unplug some stuff, and then you can unbolt the radio down here with 4 more 7mm, pull it out, splice in. It's easy. Super easy. Just a bunch of clips nowadays. And speaking of a bunch of clips, that's what I'm going to do now, is I'm going to hide all this stuff. So everything here just unclips. So I'm going to unclip it all, tuck the wires all the way back. All the way back to behind the seat. And then we're going to put the subwoofer behind the seat. So before I do this, though, I'm going to get that remote bass wire and run it at the same time under here, because I don't want to have to do it again. So I'll check in on you guys when that's done. Update time. All the wires are ran. Tucked beautifully underneath here. All this comes apart super easy. You can get the wires under there, run them all the way back, nice and clean. Snap everything back in place. And then I have everything coming out there, right there in the corner. Everything right here. So now what I'm going to do, I will show you one thing I did before. There's a big old stud here for the seat bolt. I cut that off and then I smoothed it down. And I did that because I tried fitting my big 12-inch subwoofer box back here from my Z3. If you remember right, that is a Rockville Audio subwoofer. It didn't fit back here, so that's why I went with the smaller active sub. But I did do that. I'm not sure if this box will fit in there with or without that, but I plan on fitting her right there. So we'll see. Let's get this tie strap out of the way. So let's check the sub out a second. Base remote, before I forget. Right there. That's where I put it, right there. So we got a little knobby on it, turn it up and down. Ran it through, and then like I said, tucked all the wires back. So here is the sub itself. And then it also came with, this is the plug-in. This is gonna supply your power, your ground, your remote if you have it, and then your high level inputs here. And there is a spot for RCAs on this if you want low levels. Mounting hardware. And then it also comes with another fuse. So I've already got a fuse under the hood with the battery, but I guess 2 can't hurt. Here we go. This is the sub. Let's get her out of here. Okay, so this is the look at the end where all the controls and plugs are. Okay, so power mode, remote is out, spin is in. So I'm assuming it's spin that we need, that senses it. And then you got your low pass filter, your gain, and then your phase as well, 0, 180. And then your remote plugs in here, low levels, and then your harness for your high level, your power, ground, all that kind of stuff. So let's fit this feller in there. She fits beautifully. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the brackets on the top portion there, and then just I'll screw them into the backing here. And that's not gonna, I don't want to screw into the back, into the metal aluminum there. So I'm just gonna secure it to this and she'll be fine. You know what I'm saying? But plenty of room, looks good. So yeah, I'm really super excited for this. So I am going to wire all these up. I'm not going to show you that because that's radio 101. And then I'll get that mounted. And then I'll check back in with y'all. Update time again. I've got 2 brackets on the top there, ready to go in the truck. And wiring is all set. So I've got my positive coming in. Ground. So ground, right there. The seat bolt that I cut down, I loosened that up, put her under there. Hopefully that's a good ground. The seat bracket is metal, so I'm hoping it goes through and not aluminum. And then your speaker wires, you know, connect the proper left and right, positive, negative, and then I left the remote out. So now I am going to put the sub in, mount it into place, plug it in. I'm going to throw my fuse in under the hood. And it's time to try it out. I'm kind of excited. I'm hoping this thing sounds good. So just in case you're doing the same vehicle as mine, I ran my power supply through the firewall. There's a little plug down there. You can poke it through. The closer you have your initial fuse to the battery, the better. This is just how my wire worked out, so I just stuck with it. But I ran it across the top of the firewall and then over to my battery. So just in case you were wondering, that's how I did it. So it is in here mounted, fuse is in, it's ready to try, it's ready to rock and roll. So I say we turn it on. So like I said, it's only connected to the back. That's gonna keep it from flopping around. I just don't want to put any holes in my cab. Yeah, or make a bracket, whatever. This will work. It won't rattle around or nothing, but we're all plugged in, ready to go. It's got power. I see a little light down there flashing like it's, you know, ready. But we'll turn it on and see what happens. You know, see if stuff blows up. Hopefully not. All right, so we're going to use one of my favorites to use while editing, but it's No Clarity by Stay Loose. It is no copyright, so here we go. All right, ooh, God, this is bright. All right, I got some adjusting to do on it because I've got the bass knob all the way up, so obviously I don't want it all the way up. So I'm going to mess with the gain, see if I can't balance it out to my system here a little bit, have a little more control over the bass knob up here. You know, that's all the gain is. It's not to make the subwoofer more powerful or anything. It's to match it with your system. So I'm going to do that right now. All right, y'all, picking this up a little while later, but I got everything adjusted and she's ready to go. So let's hear how she sounds. I don't know how good this is going to turn out, but it sounds great. Sounds great, guys. Sounds great. Yeah, for a little, let me shut this off here a second. All right, for a little 8, that thing sounds great. Sounds amazing. So, all right, got the sound system a little bit upgraded. Got a few more mods to do on this thing. Super excited, can't wait. And yeah, it's sounds good. I'd love to have a good stereo to listen to. So link will be in the description below. I just can't say that, I don't know why. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this content. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one later.